put the front porch on your design, we're going to constrain ourselves to the first floor in floor plan view, and then I'm just going to create a floor. So I'm going to go to a generic one because we're going to have to actually create our set here. So we can just do generic 12-inch and edit this, duplicate it, and I'm going to call it deck, then hit OK. I need to edit this, and I'm going to have two layers. One of them is going to be the actual structure, which is going to be 2x6 floor joists that go underneath it. So I'm just going to pick some wood, move that up, and hit OK. And 2x6 is going to be 5 1/4, 5.25 inches thick. I almost set that to feet. 5.25. And then my material, I'm just going to make that wood. Also, if you want to change the appearance of that, you can. But this is the wood flooring. This is generally 2x4s laid on edge. Well, we know that that is 1.5 inches thick. So click OK on that. So now we have our wood floor. And the height constraint for this, I want to be first floor. So I'm going to click the rectangle, and I'm going to draw this in, and I'm going to put my deck something like this. Now, per code, we need to make sure that there is a landing that's sizable here. I would not recommend that you go any smaller than 3 feet 6 inches, because that is sort of your universal design specs. Generally, you're going to want it a little bit larger. I'm going to make mine a 4-foot wide or deep deck right there. So I'm going to click on that, hit the check mark. So you can see I drew it, but we can't actually see it. So the reason for that is because floors are hiding in my view, and they may be in yours also. So I'm going to click the light bulb. I'm going to right-click any one of those floors and unhide that category of floor. And now I can kind of see that in place. Next, we need to put in some columns to support our roof. So if I click on architecture, then I can choose column, and I'm just going to do a architectural column, and it's a wood timber 6x8. Generally, you wouldn't need something that big. It would likely be more like a 4x4. So I'm going to duplicate this and call it a 4x4, and that means that your dimensions for a 4x4 are actually 3.5 by 3.5. Those are the actual dimensions. So edit those, and now I can place that. You usually don't stick it way here on the edge. It's usually in slightly, maybe a couple inches in. So I'm going to stick one here and here. And then let's click on modify and choose these. The base offset is 0. The top, or first floor, sorry. The top level is roof, so that's good. I want it to go up to that level. Now that I have the deck and I have the columns here, let me add the roof. So click roof under the architecture tab, and we should be under a wood rafter, 10-inch, 8-inch, whichever one that you had used previously. Make sure that, that's the one that you select. And now I'm going to click rectangle, and I'm going to have this directly over the top of this porch area. So I'm going to click and drag and just up to the door right there. Now I'm going to click modify. I do not want this one to define slope, so I'm going to uncheck that. I don't want this one to define slope, so I'm going to uncheck that. So I only have these two edges defining slope, and I want to make that slope 5/12 the same as it is in my house. So do that, and then click over here, make this one 5/12, and then click the check. So now let's take a look at this in 3D. There's a couple things we need to do yet. One is make sure that your level is set to roof, and I'll click apply on that one. And for some reason it doesn't quite match up on mine. So I actually need to do a base offset of a -5 inches. So I'm going to do 5 first, and then I'm going to put a negative sign there, and then click apply, and then you can see it matches up. So depending on if yours needs to do that, make sure you make that correction. So that's one step. The next one is we need to make these columns attach. So I'm going to click attach top base when I click on the column, and then we want to make it cut the target, and the target is this. So I click that, and now it's cutting into there. I'm going to do the same thing with this. Click on that one, attach top base, make sure it says cut target, and all these other settings are selected, then click on that one. Now it's attaching the columns to here. Last thing I need to do is join this roof into here so it doesn't have this notch right up top showing. So if I click the join roof, and then I'm going to choose this edge, joining with, let me zoom out so you can see I'm actually selecting the entire roof face here. There it is. Then you can see it joins right there. And at this point you should have an attached porch with columns and a roof overhang on the top of it.